water bottle and everything like that, y'all like my little total look. I thought I was in, in a music video with this look and everything like that. Can't you see what you do to me? Our love is meant to be. They would have had to shoot me up because my stomach has a mind of its own. I don't know which day it's just gonna fall flat. I do not know. I don't care. Okay, I'm at the age. I do not care. Who cares about having a flat stomach? I don't. Okay, am I right? Moving on. Listen. It ain't about me, y'all. It's hot. It's still hot. And I got on this thick ass like velour type. I don't know what type of material this shirt is, but it was just cute, and I just grabbed it out of my closet and everything like that. I wore this when I did my interview with Martell. What's Martell? God, Holt. Yeah. So I've only worn it like once or twice because sometimes my titties just don't be acting right in it or whatever. And so it is a fall type outfit or thing like that. But even though we don't have fall weather, it is what it is. Okay, so listen, appreciate y'all being here today. We have to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson extensively. All right. And so I had my entire team pull research over the last few days, and I was just thrown at the amount of money that you guys have donated to him. And when I tell you this man ain't got no school, he ain't paid no child support, and all he's paid for was pussy. Oh yeah, my bonus with y'all, this ain't got nothing to do with Dr. Umar. This got everything to do with y'all gullible asses, okay? All right, and so listen, stay tuned for that because that is our thick topic of today, all right? But first, before we get into Eva Marcille and Mike Sterling rekindling, spinning the block, trying to get their Nelly and Ashanti on, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a speech, but before I give y'all a little speech, okay, a little motivational speech, we gotta start it off on a good foot, okay? We gotta show the love for our sponsors, okay? And so we're just gonna take a few minutes and let you know what's coming up, what we got, and we'll be right back after the break. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Let's go.
Let's talk about student loan discharges in bankruptcy. Most people will tell you it's impossible. Even bankruptcy attorneys will tell you that. But guess what? We just got 2 discharged a few weeks ago, and we're going to get a lot more. So if you're struggling with your student loans, you may be able to discharge those through bankruptcy. So you should just give me a call and let's figure it out.
Do you like me, yes or no? This show is 3 beautiful women that are waiting to be chosen by their mystery man. We ain't seen his ass yet, but how he sounding?
We like it.
Some of these interactions get interesting and real messy.
What's going on? How you doing?
Tasha K, I'm kind of nervous because his voice sounds too familiar.
Oh. I even intervened and asked my questions to extract my wine my way. Do you have a high body count?
What, do I date a lot of women?
Do you date a lot of women?
Nah, but I mean, listen.
Do you like me, yes or no? Coming soon to Unwind with Tasha K.
Tasha K presents Do You Like Me? The ultimate dating experience is here. Premiering Tuesday, September 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Subscribe now to watch the show.
So, you are here, not that you want to be here, okay? But you're having to come out and clear your name. Mm-hmm. You are the ex-husband to Kelly Farrell.
Correct.
Season 16's newest Real Housewife of Atlanta, okay? And interesting enough, you guys like have a court order. You're not even supposed to be talking about your marriage or divorce or anything.
It's a gag order that we not supposed to be talking about.
Now we gotta talk about like how did you get here, because you done lost everything. You lost the marriage. How the hell did you go from $2 million a year to you're trying to pay child support and can't pay it because money is being frozen and held?
For all this, everything I'm telling you right now happened before the divorce. Everything happened before the divorce.
Was there any marital issues between you two? Like, were there any infidelities
no,
that you know
not.
of?
No abuse, no infidelity, nothing like that. All that stuff I'm hearing she's saying on TV is for ratings.
Like what?
I heard she said I was abusive, lies. Infidelity, lies.
How does this happen?
That's right. It's against the law what happened to me. She said she went on national TV and said I was gonna kill her, right? And I didn't say that. When they was handcuffing me, I was walking out the courtroom and I said, I got you. I said, it's messed up. I was telling her and her family, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, Like I said, I was a very private person. I was nowhere on social media. I was on Google, none of that. And because of this show, my life is destroyed.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.tashaklive.com.
Now, I just wanted to start the show off with a little tip, okay? And so I know this tip could be a little redundant, but sometimes I feel like, you know, we need to be told this a lot, especially as women. And our platform is 90% women, and we tend to overthink all the time. And overthinking leads to stress. Hell, I got an 18-year-old daughter overthinking, and she ain't got shit to think about. Okay, so that should tell you how much we as women are just programmed to overthink. Not to say that men don't do it, but this message is for anybody. But I particularly want to talk to my women because I'm in the same boat. Is when my brain get to going, it just gets to going, and it's hard to bring it down. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, those thoughts cause stress. A lot of times we send ourselves into stressful situations just based off of our thoughts, and nothing has happened yet. Nothing. We could do about opening up an email, anticipating what a phone call gonna be, what your children done got into today, is your check gonna be what your hours work. You know what I'm saying? We tend to do stuff like that. What is the doctor gonna say? Oh, the biggest one is when you gotta get blood work done or a biopsy, and they ain't even done the biopsy yet. I just had a wino hit me a couple weeks ago saying, pray for me, they doing a biopsy. I said, what, on your breast? Yes, I said, that's routine. If you got a lump, that's routine. I don't want cancer. I said, girl, you ain't got cancer. They ain't told you got cancer. Calm down. But I can imagine if I'm in her shoes too, but I've had to do several biopsies myself too, and I have to tell myself, this doctor ain't said shit. Calm down. So why am I thinking myself into stress, and stress causes cancer to get worse? And so all I'm saying is that don't overthink. Please don't overthink. Look at the problem as it is. This is a problem and we can solve it. But if you're not in your right mind and your adrenaline's going, stress is up, cortisol levels are up, you know, you're in flight or flight, you're not going to be able to think your way out of the problem because you're panicking. And so it's always best to stay calm. And yes, I do have a little help as to how I stay calm. I'll talk about it later at the end of the show. No, it's not Ativan, okay? In another lifetime, I will do Ativan, but not in this one, okay? There's a substitute for Ativan to calm your nerves, all right? We'll talk about it later at the end of the show, so stay tuned. But here's the thing, too. One tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to overthinking: meditate before you're doing anything. I'll give you an example. You know, going on tour is stressful, or even doing these shows are stressful. But why? Because I'm a perfectionist. I always want to make sure everything is perfect. Even though my whole show is imperfect, I'm still like, I want the show to go this way. I want the show to go this way. So I start thinking instead of just doing, and then it gets in the way of my creativity. It gets in the way of how my delivery is. And so a lot of times what I typically do before my show is I will meditate. I will cut off all the lights. I will silence the place, and I'll meditate for 15, 20 minutes and calm my brain. And then guess what? When the camera turns on, I unload and just go. I approach a lot of situations like that. Every time you guys saw me on tour in each city, I was in the back either praying and meditating. And so that's option one. Option two, I'll tell you about it at the end of the show, okay? And like I said, no, it is not Ativan or Valium or nothing like that, okay? Stay tuned. Now, let's get into Mike Sterling and Eva Marcille. So rumors are swirling that they have spent the block, okay? Mm-hmm. And so, you know, they were married, and she gave her kids, his last name, which I thought was a big stretch because Kevin McCall is still, around, and he wants to be a father, but, neither here nor there. And then she divorced him after giving the kids, Mike Sterling's last name. She divorced him, didn't tell nobody why, not even him. I did hear from sources that was close to him that it was due to him working too much. Yes. And so he's a lawyer, of course, and, the hours are long. And so she felt like she was just doing it all by herself. So why be married if I'm doing it all by myself? And I mean, that's your point there, but it's not like he's going to be working like this for the rest of his life. He's young, he's got to work. But of course, she's popular, she's beautiful, she has options, and she doesn't have to wait. So she decided to exit the marriage. That is in her right to do that. Now, what is also in her right to do is reconcile with her fucking husband, okay, if she wants to, and she did just that. And Mike Sterling had already said that he was gonna get her back. He said, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my wife back, and he did just that. He was out here on his Judge Greg Mathers, I'm getting my wife back. Fuck what them strippers said in Detroit about me wanting to have a baby with her. That was on temper. They know I can't have no damn babies. I'm too old. It's a lie. You got sperm. You can have a baby, okay? And you notice he ain't saying nothing to me about that, because you know he always out here clocking. He ain't clocked me on that. Because you know he likes to read them down. He likes to read them down, but he ain't saying nothing. Because he know that I know what them girls were saying in Detroit in them strip clubs. Yeah. And we're just going to say allegedly, just to be thick, okay? My shirt just keeps trying to give y'all a show, but it's okay. Now, I heard through the grapevine that, yes, they are back together. They are planning a marriage, a remarriage, and it's going to be done just like how Nene Leakes did hers, and how Nelly and Ashanti are doing theirs, which means they're going to film it. Okay, so this is going to be the comeback marriage. Everybody's going to watch. That's why they're keeping it hush-hush, because they are going to monetize fuck out of this. Okay, and so do I blame them? No, things are tight right now. Shit, everybody's going through it. Get your coin if you can. But here's my thing, Eva, don't be out here embarrassing that man, making the world think that he was out here cheating on you and doing all sorts of things, and the only thing he was doing was working. Working to take care of your expensive ass needs. Because remember, you get to keep your money. You don't have to pay no bills. He got them all. So you a supermodel, you coming from a certain lifestyle, the man got to pull in overtime to keep you happy. And I'm sure after you got out here and you started doing it on your own, you saw that, and that's why you took your ass right back, because one, you saw what was outside in Atlanta, and two, you realized that your ass overreacted. Out here overthinking, overstressing, over nothing. So stay your ass at the house. Stay your ass at the damn house, okay? You're doing too much, and get your check. But y'all will see it, because I heard that they are in negotiations with filming the reconnection and possibly getting their own show, like Toya and her husband and things like that, okay? And so I wish them nothing but the best. This is No Hope. That's her husband. That's her baby daddy. That's all the above. But just keep us out the group chat, okay? Just please, keep us out of it. Even though they're going to invite us in when we see them remarry. All right, moving on, okay? So listen, after the break, we are going to unwind everything that I found on Dr. Umar Johnson, okay? Like I said, I am disappointed in y'all that it even got this thick for this long. Like I said, 2 million, or did I say that? Well, if I didn't, I'm about to tell you now, $2 million accounted for. There's millions that are unaccounted for. And like I said, there's no school, no child support paid, and much, much more, okay? But we're going to take a break, and then after the break, we'll get started. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Let's go.
Let's talk about student loan discharges in bankruptcy. Most people will tell you it's impossible. Even bankruptcy attorneys will tell you that. But guess what? We just got 2 discharged a few weeks ago, and we're going to get a lot more. So if you're struggling with your student loans, you may be able to discharge those through bankruptcy. So you should just give me a call and let's figure it out.
Do you like me? Yes or no? This show is 3 beautiful women that are waiting to be chosen by their mystery man.
We ain't seen his ass yet, but how he sounding? We like it.
Some of these interactions get interesting and real messy.
What's going on? How you doing?
Tasha K, I'm kind of nervous because his voice sounds too familiar.
Oh. I even intervene and ask my questions to extract my wine my way. Do you have a high body count?
What, do I date a lot of women and
Do you date a lot of women?
Nah, but I mean, listen.
Do you like me? Yes or no? Coming soon to Unwind with Tasha K.
Tasha K presents Do You Like Me? The ultimate dating experience is here. Premiering Tuesday, September 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Subscribe now to watch the show.
So, you are here, not that you want to be here, okay? But you're having to come out and clear your name.
Mm-hmm.
You are the ex-husband to Kelly Farrell.
Correct.
Season 16's newest Real Housewife of Atlanta, okay? And Interesting enough, you guys like have a court order. You're not even supposed to be talking about your marriage or divorce or anything.
It's a gag order that we not supposed to be talking about it.
Now we gotta talk about like how did you get here, because you done lost everything. You lost the marriage. How the hell did you go from $2 million a year to you're trying to pay child support and can't pay it because money is being frozen and held?
For all this, everything I'm telling you right now happened before the divorce. Everything happened before the divorce.
Was there any marital issues between you two? Like, was there any infidelity?
No,
that
absolutely
you know
not.
of?
No abuse, no infidelity, nothing like that. All that stuff I'm hearing she's saying on TV is for ratings.
Like what?
I heard she said I was abusive, lies. Infidelity, lies.
How does this happen?
That's right. It's against the law what happened to me. She said she went on national TV and said I was gonna kill her, right? And I didn't say that. When they was handcuffing me, I was walking out the courtroom and I said, I got you. I said, it's messed up. I was telling her and her family, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I said, I was a very private person. I was nowhere on social media. I was on Google, none of that. And because of this show, my life is destroyed.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.tashaklive.com.
And we are back, guys. And so, listen, if you are just tuning in, remember if you, before the break, we were definitely discussing overstressing as women and overthinking and stuff like that, and ways to manage stress and to keep yourself from overthinking. Me personally sharing some things with y'all. I do have some things that I'm going to share with y'all later in the show that's going to help to bring that down as well. And also, we were discussing Eva Marcille and Mike Sterling reconciling and things like that, okay? And so, listen, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the real wine here. And you know I got my reading glasses because it's a lot. It's a lot we got to go through, okay? So not only do we have Dr. Umar Johnson, whose real name is Jermaine Shumaki, if that's how you say it. I don't know. Jermaine, Jeffrey, all hood niggas. I'm just letting you know, okay? And Jermaine has been standing on the side of the internet, begging and grifting and pandering to the black community only, isolating the white community because he knows, especially if the white community were scammed like the black community was, they would have had his ass locked up a long time ago. But for us, it take us 20, 30 years to catch a predator. You see how long it took us to catch R. Kelly? Here we go, okay? We're in this again. And so he's been standing on the side of the road collecting coins, anywhere from $10 to $50 per black family to help open up a school that is still vacant till this day in 2025. Matter of fact, I believe it's being auctioned off if it hasn't been auctioned off right now, okay? So let's get into the timeline of this because you guys know I like to go through it all right? And so he has been pandering and grifting to y'all about starting a school called the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, okay? I had to think about that. He's said it so many times, I can't even believe that I had to think about it because he uses repetition. And when you repeat something, a lot of times, just like when they repeat a song on the radio that you hate and then you end up liking it, you will end up saying, yes, I like it. Yes, I'm going to donate. And that's exactly what he uses in order to get donations out of black people who don't like to read or research, okay? Because a person that likes to take their time to read and research and not just listen to someone who is very charismatic and very stern with their words and extremely articulate would literally pull it back, shave all the hair off on his face, okay? Give him a haircut and you'll really see Jermaine for who the fuck he is, okay? Now, the whole scheme has been going down for 15 years. This, in my opinion, is the longest running fundraising schemes ever in history, and it's still going on to this day because he is still begging for money to help y'all to save a school that never opened. Never opened. Now, He started this scheme in 2010, all right, with this whole dream. And I remember Dr. Umar was so flexing with this tongue. He had my cousin calling me up. You heard Dr. Umar? He the truth. He the truth. And I never got it. I'm like, why y'all? This ain't no different than fucking Brother Polite. And you know what Brother Polite is, right? In jail, registered as a sex offender. Didn't preach or didn't live by anything that he told y'all to motherfucking live by. Remember, do as I say, not as I motherfucking do. And he was doing his girlfriend's children. Now back to Dr. Umar, okay? Because he ain't doing his children, but he definitely doing the hoes on the road that he meets, okay? That fall for these elaborate schemes and the way he articulates words and says he's gonna help their sons. And I have yet to find a black boy that he's helped, including his motherfucking self, because the way that his ex-girlfriend Siobhan came out here and said he was living, because he's still living with his mama, and that's a boy mentality. And you can say, oh, it's not, but when you're living off of your mother's welfare, okay, Medicaid and all that stuff and food stamps to take care of yourself, you're a boy. And he needs to go to his own school that he's never gonna motherfucking open, okay? Hopefully he'll be going to school in prison here soon, when I'm done with this video. And I don't give a damn what none of y'all got to say at all, at all. Now, let me go ahead and pull up these receipts real quick, okay? Now, according to IRS Form 990, the filings reveal disturbing financial irregularities, okay, with Jermaine Shermock. That's how he files it. He doesn't file it under Dr. Umar. It's Jermaine, okay? Now, the nonprofit shows assets of $634,436 as of 2024. This is what he's saying that he raised. This is what he reported. Okay, now you know he go begging inside of that car without a haircut every other day, or on the side of the building in which he lives in, because they say his house is right there on a row house in Philadelphia somewhere. Okay, and his mama inside, and she ain't had a diaper change in months. Okay, this is according to the girlfriend. Shout out to the mother, and I hope the family can get that woman away, because he's really giving me Jaguar right and how she was taking care of her motherfucking mother. Okay, collecting the check but wouldn't feed her, change her, or nothing. Remember that? And that old lady died in agony. Now, according to the IRS filings, this is inconsistent reporting of contributions, okay? Now, while official filings show that only $321,408 in total contributions over the last 5 years, evidence suggests Johnson raised significantly more through other channels, okay? Meaning books and all of that. He's reported GoFundMe campaigns, all right, that he's been suspended from through 2014 and 2015 of over $400,000 raised before the account suspension. That's a lot of money for GoFundMe, okay? PayPal donations, approximately $125,000 documented. Speaking fees and direct donations, estimated $750,000. This man raising all this money and ain't got a haircut yet. Total estimated funds, 1.6 to 2 million that they can account for, and this is with them digging. They've been on his ass, okay? And we're gonna talk about how much they've been on his ass, and that's the reason why that damn school is on the auction block right now, vacant school that never opened. And he promised to open it in 2013 and kept pushing back the opening date and blamed us, well, not me, y'all, if y'all donated, as to why it can't open, because black people can't stick together, okay? Even though he was running it like a mom and pop shop, because I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna give y'all some other people that have done similar things like this in the past, and they are still successful to this day, black people per se. The facade is crumbling. The whole facade. Anything that this man has talked about on the internet, y'all took as gold. I literally laugh at my cousin now. I say, you remind me of a bitch, you know, first time nigga in jail, and you believe the nigga that befriends you the first day, and that's the one that's raping you. That's exactly the type of energy that Jermaine gives me. Period. You believe everything that he says because he's nice to you, and then the whole time he has a plan to bring you over and fuck you in your ass. Now that the facade is just out there and the cape the face has been revealed as to who Dr. Umar is, I'm gonna stop saying Dr. Umar. His real name is Jermaine, okay? He had to create a whole pseudo personality to get y'all believe that he was actually smarter than he really is. And I gotta give him credit because he's smart. I mean, the man has raised millions of dollars without an actual job, without an actual degree. Because remember, they came after him in 2018 in Pennsylvania, the psychology board, because he was saying that not only was he related to Frederick Douglass, and that's the reason why he wanted to start a school behind him to help underprivileged black boys and everything like that, but they also said that he didn't have a license to practice psychology, but he said that he had a certificate in psychology, just like I have a certificate in journalism. But does that make me a journalist? Come on now. Come on. Stop the cap. Stop the motherfucking cap. Now, the facade, like I said, the whole thing is coming down because now the building faces auction. So yes, he has a building because he had to prove to y'all that yes, he was doing something with the money, but it was a vacant building. It was sort of like a business being there. Coach Stormy's ex-boyfriend was accused of using a company called BK Lobster and a franchise name to sell people franchises. And so he would have a building that was there, but then when people came to give them money to start a franchise, he wouldn't build them out a franchise. It was a whole scheme, according to his ex-wife, that he did using smoothie shops and franchises. This is what the school is. I got the school, y'all. Now I need the money. Keep giving me the money. It costs money to run this, and so y'all need to keep donating. If this is gonna work, I need electricians to work for free because it's a nonprofit. I need carpenters to work for free. I need people to donate free desks and everything. I mean, y'all was supposed to run the whole school, and the only person that was gonna profit was him. But speaking to his ex-girlfriend, a few other women, they said that Dr. Umar ain't never had no interest in no black boys at all. The only thing he had interest in is putting kids in their vaginas when he meets them on the road after these shows, okay? So he uses these shows to prey on women, okay? And we're gonna talk about the conscious stripper that exposed him back in 2015 in just a second. But basically, the FDMG Academy bank accounts were frozen. Okay, he alleged there was hacking attempts. However, there was no hacking attempts. He owed the IRS motherfucking money. Not only did he owe the IRS motherfucking money, he owed for unpaid vacant property registration fees $15,000. 4 years delinquent. So what was he doing with all the money that he was asking y'all for? Water and sewage charges, $1,800. He ain't paid no water bill. Civil penalties and fees, $456. Total debt, $76,776.44 is what he's owed, including back taxes. And so guess what? They placed liens on the property years ago, back in 2020, okay? And they still haven't gotten their money yet. But yet he's begging to y'all every day, making it seem like it's urgent that y'all give it to him using tactics such as the repetitiveness. Like I said, the repetitive psychology, when you repeat something several times, you guys just be like, oh, I give up. Emotional manipulation, basically pulling at y'all heartstrings and things like that, saying that you need to do it now. That's the urgency behind it. Also, he blame shifts whenever y'all ask, and he always says, oh, it's PayPal, oh, it's this, it's the brother down the street, as to why I ain't got to do it, or he does what we call moving the goalpost. So basically, every time he says he's going to do something, he just pushes out the date longer and longer, and the scheme has been pushed from 2010 all the way up to 2025, and now everything that y'all have donated to him to trick off with on the road and leave women pregnant with babies and unpaid child support, but is yet out here trying to preach to y'all and tell y'all how important y'all need to be in y'all children's lives, and allow him to teach your children at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Now here's the thing, I'm not saying his vision wasn't ethical. It's totally ethical. And a lot of people believed in it because others such as, now don't get me wrong, because I don't know their names or anything like that. I don't know these people, but I do know that they have successfully built schools that are similar to what Dr. Umar tried to do. For instance, like Jeffrey Canada, all right? He has the Harlem Children's Zone Promise Academy in New York. He built a cradle to college pipeline. These are notes, okay? Cradle to college pipeline with integrated social sciences and 2 charter schools widely documented for improved outcomes and replication lessons, okay? Also, Dr. Howard Fuller, Milwaukee education reform leader, formerly CEO of Milwaukee Public Schools, founder Dr. Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy, longtime advocate who helped create and sustain high-performing options for Black students with strong governments. Hold on. Let me start this over. I'm not saying that what Dr. Umar Johnson wasn't legitimate. It was legitimate, but I feel like the fame and things got to his head, and that's why he's starring in movies, playing himself, doing the exact things that he does to women on the road and leaves them with babies, okay? Because we've interviewed more than one woman, okay? And there have been more than one woman that have come out over the years to tell you the type of nigga that he really is, okay? And what I know that Black women love is a real articulate nigga that don't work. They just talk good and fuck good, okay? Now, there have been other Black scholars that have done this in the past and that are successful today, like, let me get my reading glasses, Jeffrey Canada, who has a school in Harlem, Dr. Howard Fuller, who has a school in Milwaukee, okay? Matter of fact, go back to Jeffrey Canada, he got a couple schools, okay, charter schools. And also, Kip. Okay, it's called Knowledge is Power Program, and it has co-leaders in various cities, numerous Black leaders. Okay, now I'm reading all this because I need to make sure that I'm backing this up to let y'all know that I don't want y'all to not donate when legitimate people come to y'all asking for funds to help, but they do it in a legal way, which means having a board, which means having a LLC, reporting taxes, putting people in place that can do it, getting government grants. He said he didn't want the government involved because he didn't want to answer to the government and things like that. But you have to. And when you have a charter school, you get a little bit more leniency. But instead, he pocketed all the money and can't manage the school as well as his own household. And that's the reason why, according to his ex-girlfriend, Chiffon, who he called Fishy Coochie, is living off of his mother's welfare benefits. And he's living off of y'all PayPal donations because y'all can no longer donate money because all his motherfucking accounts are frozen. What I'm saying is that this could have been a really big thing had he would have not tried to make himself big, like Diddy, all up in the video, all doing this. And now look at Diddy now, where he's at, fighting for his life, because instead of doing the right motherfucking thing, he's doing all the wrong things behind the scenes. Same shit, thinking with your dick and your nappy ass hair. I'm surprised y'all ain't stopped the shenanigans when the conscious stripper came out and told y'all that she had a son and she had met Dr. Umar on the road back in 2015, and instead of him helping her son, he helped her come. Then you got him co-signing Sukiyana because he loves hoes. Then he playing himself in movies, putting Medea-like women on dresses and stuff like that. And then when you see the women come out to expose him, y'all don't believe that there's no way that Dr. Umar will fuck these ladies. Dr. Umar will fuck anything, in my opinion, with a hoe, including a motherfucking nigga. And he's been doing that for years. Whether you want to say it's physical fucking, but fucking somebody out of their money is the same issue. Same goddamn thing. In the white community, this would be an issue of wire fraud, which I feel they're going to come back and tap Dr. Umar Johnson here soon for this. And he's going to have a hard time defending all this because everything that he did was digital. Dumbass. They're going to be able to track every donation, track every fucking tax report filing that you did. You're going to have to justify all the motherfucking money you've made. And then he's going to be out here trying to ask y'all for donations to help him fight a case because they're trying to take another black man down like they did Diddy. And the whole time it was their dick and their greed that took him down. But like I said, had he would have been white doing this, his ass would have been in jail a long time ago. But how long is it going to take y'all for y'all to wake up and see what this actually is. Did it have to take his daughter coming out here to tell y'all that he was a deadbeat and didn't take care of his kids, and then he blamed his vegan whole baby mama for having the baby and putting him on child support? Or the fishy coochie ex-girlfriend who he asked to be his wife to take care of his mother because he needed a caretaker, because he needed to continue to get her benefits. That's how he was able to eat. And according to her, he eats cereal and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all day. Travels all the time to every motherfucking city by using his power and influence and all these interviews that he's doing to sell books and sell y'all hope, but I ain't yet to help one black boy yet. And you mean to tell me this is the man that y'all wanted to donate money to? After everything that I fucking described in this video, verbatim, this is the black man that y'all wanted to educate y'all black sons? Now I gotta go. Now listen, before I go, all right, we have a fan Q&A, all right, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I use to help myself not stress, okay? No matter how thick things get, my ass is calm. My blood pressure don't even rise no more. My heart rate don't even increase no more. I got to make it increase by doing sprints and things like that. I'm always relaxed. I'm not clenching my teeth, all right? We got a fan Q&A, all right? Because I always utilize this this time to, you know, answer a question from one of our winos. I don't like to say fans, winos, okay? And so let me go ahead and pull out this question here. If you want your question read on the channel, just please email me at umwamatashk@gmail.com and we'll let you know if your question has made the segment, okay, by reading it, all right? All right, so here we go. This is from an anonymous wino. Hey, Tasha. Let me get some water. Hold on. All right. Hey, Tasha, I want some advice on my relationship with my mom. Okay, she goes, I'm an Aquarius and she's a Taurus. All right, so here we go with the, you know, I'm a Pisces Aries, but at the end of the day, that's still your mother, okay? And God gave y'all those signs because y'all was supposed to be mother and daughter. Now she goes, I'm an Aquarius and she's a Taurus and she gets on my damn nerves, okay? But she's my mom and I love her. I love that. I want a better relationship, but I made a routine of spending my time in my room. And now that I'm home from college, I'm doing the same thing. She had a health scare when I was in middle school, and I feel that I'm seeing the results of it now. Such as memory loss, quick to anger due to frustration over small stuff, or her paranoia. At times, I feel like her fears are ridiculous. But I love her and I don't want her to be afraid of living alone, okay? I'm 25 and I don't plan on living with her forever, but the way I feel about her and my future, I don't want to feel like I have to take care of her. And I'll be honest, I don't want her to live with me, but I don't want her to fall into a depression or just be scared to live alone. How can I work on getting out of the comfort zone, which is in my room, and get her to possibly apologize for the shortcomings I went through in life so we can have a better connection, okay? I was touched as a little girl. I apologize about that if she didn't apologize for you. She took her anger out on me at times physically, which I felt was a result of me being a bad kid, but also her being overwhelmed as a single mom. Specifically, hold on for a second. Hold on. She beat me down to the ground over a piece of cake being in a towel and not on a paper towel. She did it in front of my childhood friends and embarrassed me, and I can't seem to get past it. She had several outbursts throughout life. So she's had several outbursts throughout my life. All right, so that is a tough situation that you're in. I appreciate you writing in and being vulnerable. Okay, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. If your mother is already having a health scare and, you know, she is not in her right mind, I just don't think you're going to get the apology that you feel like you're entitled to. Now, I don't feel like you should have to live in misery and things like that. And so, you know, bottom line, it looks like you're going to have to take care of your mother or help. And there are ways of doing that without it impeding on your emotional health, all right, which is your mental health. And so, which means like, you know, you getting your own place, not too far from her, and then having her own place, and then you check in on her, okay? You can go ahead and apply for assistance to kind of help with the nurse's aide to come in and help with your mom because you got to work and things like that, but you still go over to see her regularly and help her through these issues. Now, I don't think that you're going to get the apology that you're looking for, and even if she did give it to you, it's still not going to help. And I do feel like you need to get some outside therapy to deal with that, because no one should come in between your happiness or your mental health or anything like that. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, or anyone. And so you have to do therapy for yourself, because people are just going to be themselves, and there's nothing you can do about it. We have these expectations as what we feel people should be and how they should treat us, but basically people treat us how they feel about themselves, okay? And so that's just bottom line. And so unfortunately, your mom looks like she kind of went through it, took it out on you. Trust me, I've been there. Kind of read that book, but thank God that I did go to therapy and I was able to rectify a lot of those issues. And so my mom is not the same person that she was back then. Now, is she perfect? Hell no. But I don't think it's fair to her and myself that I carry things that happened when I was a child, okay? And so you're saying now that your mom's anger fuse is much shorter now, and she's moody and she's, paranoid and things like that. And so it seems like it's just going to get aggressive. And maybe she suffered from some type of mental issue when you were younger, and it was just undiagnosed and things like that. And so I just don't think you should hold on to that, but I do think you need to prepare your mother to be able to live on her own, but you still kind of check on her. Or there are assistant housing. My friend owns a couple, and these are great houses where, she'll have her own room. She'll be able to come and go as she pleases. They'll make sure she takes her medicine. They'll make sure she does things like that in order to still be somewhat independent. And so in order for you to not carry that burden, I would start looking into things like that so that you don't have to carry all of that worry and things like that on your back at such a young age, because you do have to live your life too. But at the end of the day, the only forgiveness you're going to get is from yourself. Okay, so I appreciate you writing in, and I wish you the absolute best. And bottom line is, Black mothers, including me, we got to be better parents to our children. Okay, and so I'm apologizing for your mother and all the other mothers out here who fuck us over. Okay, it's the past, and we got to get past it. And we can't let it become our future, because then it's going to impede on the type of mother that you are, and you don't want to repeat that. And so you got to learn and have grace. And when I go back to learn, which means learn what triggered your mother so that you won't, display those same behaviors without knowing. And so if you know what your mother went through, you won't display that when you become a mother. And so you really got to do the therapy for yourself, okay? And so I appreciate you, and good luck to you, okay? And if you want your question read, winos, please email unwildwithtasha@gmail.com, and we'll let you know if your question is selected. Now, on to what I was saving, okay, for you guys. And so here's the thing. When it comes to overstressing, a lot of us have a lot of stress issues because we are lacking the vitamins and minerals that our body needs to function properly, whether that be vitamin D, whether it just be a daily vitamin. And you don't necessarily have to get it through supplements. You can get it through food. But like me, I don't eat healthy every day. So I typically go for supplements. Now, one thing that's really important that you need in order to keep your body calm, your muscles, because your heart is a muscle, your organs are muscles, you know what I'm saying? Your face got muscles, and so when you clench your teeth or you get angry and stuff like that, you tense up, is magnesium. Okay, now I know you can't see this. We're gonna put the picture up, but it's such a, and I like the branding on the bottle, even though you can't see it, but it's very calm, okay? And this is called Maganera. I take 2 of these a day. Even my husband takes 2 of these a day. I take 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And when I tell you, it could be someone really trying to piss me off. Like, there's a restaurant that I frequent all the time, and I took my kid in there to use the bathroom. These motherfuckers had the audacity to tell me, a repeat customer, okay, that I cannot bring my son or use the restroom without buying something. I said, I buy something every day and I don't use the bathroom. So the day that I don't buy something and use the bathroom, you telling me I got to buy something? I said, I will never come back here. Now, normally old Tasha would have started cussing and everything, but when I tell you my blood pressure don't get up, and I'm telling you, when you look at medical research on magnesium. Magnesium, a lot of people have aneurysms and strokes and high blood pressure and heart problems because they're lacking magnesium. Period. You can look it up if you don't believe me. So all that overthinking and overstressing, I can try, but my body is so calm now because magnesium relaxes you so much that it can become a laxative, right? Mm-hmm. And make you shit. Not only that, hell, Epsom salt, loaded with magnesium. When you use magnesium or Epsom salt, it calms your body down. But this is the form that you can take and help to keep you calm so that guess what? You're not restricting, your blood vessels ain't restricting and things like that, and you ain't getting tight. And so I don't get typically like, I can't. I be trying. It has to be something incredibly fucking scary to get me like, to where my eyes popping out my head and I got headaches. I don't even really get headaches anymore. I used to get headaches all the time. Now you can take up to 3 of these a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and 1 in the afternoon. You can take it on an empty stomach. You take it on an empty stomach, it even does better. It will make you shit 3 times a day because you're supposed to, because it helps the intestine, the intestinal, small intestines and big intestines to relax, and the colon to pass shit through. It draws water. Magnesium draws water to the intestinal tract to help you to release stool so it's not compact and causes you to get stuck, especially if you eat a lot of foods that don't have a lot of fiber. This, like I said, is the calming vitamin, all right? This is what I use all the time, okay? Even my husband, he be looking for where my damn magnera at. And so we carry the one that I personally use and my husband used, 25 milligrams of magnesium per dose, okay? 20 per dose. ShopTKDeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? Don't forget, guys, all right? One of my favorite supplements that also has magnesium in it is the sea moss drops, all right? 10,000 milligrams of Irish sea moss. This is plant-based. It is actually flavored using plants, which is mango as well as pineapple. It also has spirulina, zinc, and burdock root as well, too. It's going to give you energy. You can take it on an empty stomach, and it's not a lot of supplements that you can take on an empty stomach, which is good. But the sea moss and the magnera, you can, as well as the vitamin D3. I recommend this for anyone that's having any type of like joint pain, inflammation, maybe you're having digestive issues, maybe you're having brain fog. You need to get your ass, in my opinion, on some vitamin D3. You can ask your doctor for a blood test, but if you're already exuberating some of the symptoms that I've described, you need to have some vitamin D3. So when you do go in and take your test to your doctor, you won't need as much medication as they normally prescribe to people with high inflammation and things like that, okay? And so all of this is available on my website, Shop TK Deals. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order, okay? And so listen, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed everything today. Okay, in that deep dive into Dr. Umar. And listen, as long as I'm here, y'all ain't gonna be able to get got like that. I promise you, okay? I'm gonna be on their motherfucking ass while they out here lying. That's why Dr. Umar don't come for me at all, because he knows that I motherfucking know. Period. I know what the hell is going on. I know what's going on with the get down. Now, thank y'all so much for watching. If you want to advertise, please feel free to hit me at unwindwithtasha@gmail.com. We got ads starting for any small business as well as large business starting at $250, okay? Please, guys, don't forget we are casting for new shows. If you have a supernatural story or phenomenal or spiritual story or something that you went through and people call you crazy because you talked about it and they don't believe you, where there are people out here that will believe you, and we want to hear about it because we believe you, okay? So please email us, or not email us, go to tkcast.com and select the supernatural spiritual story or the Do You Like Me, as well as Shoot Your Shot or any other show. If you fit the criteria, we want you, okay? And I'm saying that personally. We start filming for the supernatural spiritual stories 3rd week of September, and we got to get you plugged in if you're going to be a part of this series, okay? Also, guys, I think that about wraps it up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you like this video, please subscribe. And hell, if you didn't, please cuss my ass out. Not that I'm gonna give a damn anyway. And now I gotta go. And I forgot to tell y'all to say hi to Teddy, but say bye to Teddy. Bye!